this computer. All right, so number one, I just want to welcome every single one of you guys tonight. We're gonna have a nice show for you guys tonight again. Now, the only thing that we need to work on, and I'm still make sure you guys, all of us need to come together to work on this, to make sure on Wednesday to do the best that we can to get some guests into the platform that we can do the presentation for you guys, because one of the whole purpose of the Wednesday, how can we put new people in the platform if you cannot do it on one-on-one, but how can you do it, just bring them on Wednesday, so therefore people can actually come in and see. And the other purpose of the meeting on Wednesday, this is where you can come and you can see different people, different hosts, different speakers doing the presentation, okay, of course, including myself and also all those other teammates that we have. And while you see they doing the presentation, then you can learn how to do it. Then you can see how we do it. Then from that point, you can take it to the next level. Because this is there also for another reason, is for training purposes. So you have to be able to come in, be able to do it. The more you see it, the more some people might say, well, why is the same presentation over and over? Yes, it will be the same presentation over and over, because the more you hear it, the more you practice, you're going to get great at it. Before you know it, you'll be able to take this turn and go do it by yourself. Because if you can't do a good presentation, remember, one of the key that you have to master is how to do the presentation. So if you don't master the presentation, okay, see, if you know how to do the presentation and you don't know how to do the IBA, you can call POL, they'll be able to help you. But that's one of the things that we're going to make sure people get, okay? So let's get this started. So again, welcome to every single one of you guys tonight. So usually, when we sit with people, we're always telling them, hey, this is the reason why somebody will invite you to come in here. And maybe some people might go out there and watch this broadcast. Maybe you will say, you know what, let me just rebroadcast this for someone. They can go out there and then see this, and they can just actually, let's see, because at the end of the day, they can go watch this. If they see after they see it, if they like it, they want to willing to do something with it, they can contact you. Whoever send them the link, or whoever just share that with them, they can contact the person. And one of the things that we're going to learn in this is we're going to learn how to share this, send people to breakout session. So when you have your guests coming in, so we can send you to a different room so you can discuss with them. Then after you can come back to the meeting. Okay, so that's one of the things that we're going to learn as well how to do. All right. So Pramerica always looking for people. Okay. As you know, my name is RVP Ernest, just in case, because there's no new people here. But, just for the recording purposes, okay? I'm one of the regional vice presidents here, okay, into the St. Lucie County. We've been doing the business for a while now. So usually when somebody invited you guys, is they looking for an opportunity. So, you know what? Here's something that I find. It's great, okay? I've been doing it. The company looking for people, okay? So would you be interested in making extra money? So we're in expansion, and the company always into an expansion. And the second reason, after you see the presentation, maybe you fall in love with one of our products. Maybe whatever you see, maybe it's something that really catch your attention and you want to be become one of our customers. So feel free to contact whoever invited you here, or whoever sent you this link, whoever shared that video with you. Feel free to contact them to see how you can get part of that, become a client into our platform. The last reason is one of the greatest things that somebody could actually do for us is to refer us to family and friends, people that they know that might be interested. Maybe you're not be interested at this time. Maybe this is not something you can do, but you know somebody that you could refer us to that person. So that's the other reason that we want to do this presentation for you guys today. So now, as you can see, I'm going to be the first speaker for tonight. And then you can see my name is in there. I have to keep saying my name. And you can see my partner name is in there as well. And we see how long we've joined Pramerica since 2013. Now, just to correct that a little bit, that's when we joined Pramerica. Because there's people out there, they joined Pramerica once. Now, I don't know. Sometimes you're going to have to recruit people over and over. So don't feel offended if that's not the first time you see this, or that's not the first time you're going to do this. Okay? Because I was there too. So 2013, get back into the business. 15 months later, become full-time. Since then, never look back and stay here. Hopefully, eventually, you can some of you guys can make that decision as well. Okay, you can see our nice, beautiful faces in here. As you can see, it's not bad. Okay, so just a little commercial here. But anyway, so now let me just share with you the 5 reasons why people actually get involved with us. Okay, number one, they don't like what they're doing. Some people simply join for America because they hate the job. If that's you, please be able to, hey, and whoever invited you, tell them, hey, you know what? I don't like my job. It's just like I could go out there. You don't like your job. Hey, why you still doing it? Find something different. And that's why people get involved. Second reason, some people, they love what they do, like a nurse, or maybe somebody will do like a CPA. Maybe you find the lawyers, they love what they do, but money never too much, so they join. Some people, they're making a ton of money, okay? But at the end of the day, money come, money goes. They quickly the money come into their bank accounts, and then the faster they leave. So they say, you know what? At the end of the day, I need to get a better financial education so I can learn how to win the money game. So they join. Some people, hey, they love helping people. These people right now, they're helping people anyway. So because they love helping people, they want to make a difference. So at the end, it's what they do. They say, you know what? I'm going to come be part of this. Okay, I just simply would love helping people. If I could get a paycheck on top of it, oh man, I'm all in for it. So they join. The next reason is, which is some people, they're always going to be in business. They want to be their own boss. They don't want people to tell them what to do. They don't want to say, hey, you know what, clock here, clock out. You know, they don't want, no, but they just don't try to put their thumbs on them. Say, you know what, I want to go do my own things, okay? I want to be able to have some control. Some people love control. So therefore, you say, I'm going in business for myself. So at the end of the day, they join. Now, can you see yourself at least to one of these five areas? If you say yes to one of those questions, so don't say, you know what, oh, well, I don't think I can do this right now. No, stop making excuses. Just make a decision. That's something that you're willing to do, okay? So now, for people that have been seeing the presentation, here's what you need to think of. Remember the reason why you joined. So now, once you remember the reason that you joined the business, and always go back to see why, that can continue to push you to continue doing the business. So now, let me share some stuff with you. Now, I just show you why people get involved. But before you do make that decision to get involved with us tonight, this is how most people make their money, okay? The way people make their money is as an employee. So when you become an employee, you have no control. You have no control over time, no control over your money. They tell you when to clock in, they tell you when to clock out. Right now, probably close to 7 million people are applying for unemployment. So sometimes the system probably very slow. It might just delay the process. But you see, once you don't have no control, it's not that you did not have the control, but you have the control, but you give it to somebody else. So now what we're teaching people, how you can get your control back. Being an employee, you have no control whatsoever. Because now the money they pay you is based on what you do. So it's based on the position you are doing. Some people say, you know what? I hate being an employee. I keep every job that I have, I got fired every time. They never give me a chance to give them a 2 weeks notice. I always get fired. So you know what? Instead of me keep getting fired all the time, so let me become self-employed. Self-employed people, they're also small business owners. Those are people that own a job as a dentist, okay, doctors, lawyers. But those people, they have guts, they got energy. Every day they wake up, they say, you know what? I'm going to go beat that sucker up, make some money. But sometimes they make money, sometimes they don't. Because if they're not find people every day, just like they're unemployed, okay? So at the end of the day, they understand that. So at the minute they start doing the work, no money coming in. So they have kind of some type of control, but it's kind of limited to the time they have and also to the money they can make. The next quadrant is where people actually have control of time and control of money. And that's where you'll find the business owners. Now, they own a system. A system works with people. If you build a system and you don't have, there's no way to have it with people, I don't know how you're going to work. Because for a system to work, you need people. America itself, it's a system. The more people that contributing to America, the system is stay great. So it's a system. Now they got people in the system. Now, more people you have in that system, more money you can make. Now, the great thing about that system, you don't have to do the work. As those people doing the work, then you don't have to put your time in. Because those people, they have more than 24 hours. Because everybody coming in, sell them 5 hours, 10 hours, and 15 hours, okay? Now, the next quadrant, you find an investor. Now, many people believe they are an investor because it's the same thing. Some people, they're self-employed, they think they're business owner. Now, being an investor is a big word, okay? Now, this is where you got money actually really, really working for you, okay? Now, you enjoy your complete freedom where you don't have to do anything. Money will continue flow to your bank account, okay? Now, you have control over your time. You have control over your money. Now, those are 4 ways people make money. Now, it's the question I always ask people, which 2 would you pick? Okay, but at the end of the day, you know what? We all fit somewhere here. Some people probably in 2 quadrant already. Some people probably in 1. Okay. Now, if you are an employee, we're not saying that being an employee is the bad thing. We're not saying that. What we're saying is, if you are an employee, how can we teach you how to cross the other way to become at least a business owner? If you are self-employed, how can we teach you to become an investor? So this is actually what we teach people how to do. So you bypass, okay, your boss, your employer, then you say, you know what, let me have some control. Now, do you want to have control? Of course, because one thing I always tell people, when you're in this quadrant right here, an employee, self-employed, because now you have to do the work. You actively have to do it. If you don't do it, hey, no money. Okay, you're not gonna make any money. But in this quadrant right here, you do not have to do it. As long as you have the system in place or you have your money in the right vehicle, you'll continue generating income for you. This is why we teach people those ways. Now, the question is, you need to pick, okay? If you are an employee, don't feel bad. Oh, you know what? Ernest is cursing me out. No, RVP Ernest is not cursing anybody out. Okay, we're not saying you're gonna die at being an employee. Okay, we all start somewhere. I used to be an employee. I used to be I used to love it so much. I was doing 2 jobs. Okay, but after I found Pramaker, then after 15 months, I you know, I make the decision. Okay, I become full-time. So now nobody have to tell me when to clock in, when to clock out. That's the beauty of it. Because once you are a business owner, it gives you option, if you give you choices. Okay, so now when you become an investor, your money gives you option, it gives you choices. This is the reason which is people had to do that as well. Okay, next thing is, this is why it's not only just we're telling you, hey, this is why people get involved. Well, this is how people actually make money, but why people cannot shift to become business owner, why people cannot shift to become at least an investor. Why is that happening? What's stopping people from doing that? But what we realize, number one, they don't have the money, because many people believe they need so much money, okay, to go in business for themselves. Well, that's depend, and there's some truth to that, because there's some business you have to go do. You need a lot of money, but there's some probably you don't need that much money, and we're gonna discuss that with you in a minute. Some people say they don't have the time. Now, when people say they don't have the time, it's not because people don't have time, guys. It's because they say, you know what, I don't see the value of what you tell me to do. Because if they see the value, I bet you they will find the time. Because if they hit the lottery right now, they tell them go to every state to collect the money, they will find the time to do it. Actually, they're going to call off. Have you ever seen sometime when people go to an interview and they have, let's say they were going to Miami, but the boss call them today, hey, come for an interview. We have a spot opening, so we want you to come for an interview right now. They will cancel Miami and then to go to the interview. Why? Because now Miami is no longer important that much, because now they see the job they're going to get become the most valuable asset for them at that point. They say, you know what? They shift quickly. So people, it's not that they don't have time. It's just they don't have the time to put into what you're showing them right now. They don't see the opportunity. Okay? Later on, time change. They might be able to change that. Okay? Some people, lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. There are people that say, you know what? I don't have the knowledge. That's wonderful. But there's people out there, they might have already have some knowledge, but they're still scared to do it. Okay? Some people say too much risk. Okay? How risky would that be right now? Everybody, okay, don't you see how many people? They laid off. Okay? The government probably gives some folks already 1,200, 1,500, whatever how much they give them. But after that money is gone, if this thing stay like that, and let's say your job say, you know what, things slow right now, and they wanted to find a way to fire you. Okay? Now it's a great way to do it. Okay? Because they might tell you, well, Philip, you know, things kind of, I think still bad, my friend. You know, they don't call you back in, okay, for whatever reason. Maybe they didn't like your head. Maybe they didn't like where you come from. They didn't like your accent, whatever it is. So if they go do that, how risky that is. Now, you see, can you imagine if the government didn't step in for some folks, or if they didn't have any money saved, what would happen to the mortgage right now? At this point, they will be bankrupt because the month for the mortgage already passed too. What about their light bill? What about food they're going to need? Put gas into their car. What about the electricity, the phone, everything? So can you imagine what could happen to those people? Right now, they could be living under a bridge or move to family members. Now, you find grown-ass people turn back to be kids, then they have to go back live with mommy and daddy. You don't want to go back to that. But now, how do we remove this barrier from people? We're telling them Number one, you don't need a lot of money to start. So you can really start really not that much money. This is what I'm going to share with you. So it only costs you what? $99. 99 bucks to get started. So if you pay $99, that's not bad to start a franchise, to buy a franchise. But you see, if you decided, you say, you know what? Let me go get some people into my team now. Let me go get some folks right now. Or let me just see what I can do. They don't have to pay all that money. They can only come with just 74 bucks. So with $74, the person can come in, try this out. So if somebody can try this for $74, and it could give them peace of mind, give them a backup plan when that next virus come in, because you know there's going to have another one after this one, because this virus after virus is a storm after another one. Okay, when the next one come in, now they already plan a backup plan because nobody seeing that virus was coming in. Okay, now they start preparing and say, wow, this is crazy. So now with 74 bucks, you can at least open your own financial firm with the largest financial services marketing in the whole North America. So this is a big deal. Imagine this company been there since 1977, okay? Over 7 million clients in all over the US and Canada. Don't you think this is a big deal? And they allow you to come in with under like $100 to buy a franchise and using their name, their brand, their products. He worth it. So this is why I would tell people, you don't need that much money to get this started, okay? So you can find some people right now. You can recruit your sister, your cousin, your baby mama, your baby papa. Oh, no, there's no baby papa. Whatever, I'm just kidding. Whoever. So your babysitter, all of them. You can go ahead, talk to somebody. Hey, are you frustrated right now because of this coronavirus? Okay? Now, do you have a job right now? Do you have something that really bothers you right now? What are you doing? What are you up to? Okay? And then you use that opportunity to give people a chance. Those people sitting home right now, then it's right to give them a call. What are you doing? Okay? So now, you don't need to start full-time. Be part-time. You can start part-time. Okay? Next thing, hey, 40 years track record. Over 40 years. Okay? We have the knowledge. You don't have it, that's okay. Some people might come in, they have no experience. Wonderful. Some people come in, they're full of experience. Great. If you have your experience, bring it here into this platform, you will kill it. You'll make a ton of money quickly. You have no experience coming in. If you're willing to learn, you can take this business to the next level. So how do you make more money? Where's your value? How do you make more money? Where's your value? Get licenses, get certified. People get certification in everything. They become certified in barber. They become certified in hairstylist. They become certified in CNA, LPN, HHA, what do you call the other thing? The one that they draw blood, whatever they call it, phlebotomy, the RN, security officer with no gun, security officer with gun. People get certified in everything. Even going to get married, you need a certification. Okay, in order for you to get that honey bunny, so laying down every night, you got to go to the court, buy licenses. Hey, but that license don't bring no money, but trouble. But anyway, Sophia, at the same time, not trouble like that. But anyway, I'm sorry, I apologize. My wife didn't hear that anyway. So not trouble, great stuff anyway. But listen, where's your value? Because the more valuable you are to society, guess what? More money you make. Because the more valuable you become, people want you. Okay, people want to talk to you. Okay, when you sit and have a conversation with somebody, you know what you're talking about. You sit there, people love that. Okay, so now you become an asset to the society. So therefore, you can make more money. See, imagine you can cut hair. Okay, imagine you can do real estate. Imagine you can do Primerica. Imagine you can sell mutual fund. Imagine you can sell life insurance. Imagine you can sell Vivint, prepaid to go, all those products out there. You can make more money. Okay, but if you only know how to just cut hair, well, right now, not too many people coming because at the end of the day, they reduce their time for those folks. Because if you're a hairstylist right now, you cannot be there for not too long, probably 4 hours or maybe less, maybe 5 hours. And if they're finding for too long, they might even get you in trouble. But you see, and the good thing about this business, you can do it from home. That's the beauty. You can be sitting at your house. Right now, you have this opportunity. For under 74 bucks, you can sit home and run this business. Man, this is crazy. Why people keep thinking about this? What you thinking about? Is just the fact that we make so much money? It's okay. All right? So where's your value? Now, the next thing is, people say, well, Primerica, what is it? Is that the life insurance company? What are you talking about? What you talking about, people? People talking about, is this the life insurance? Well, this is kind of that's part of what we do. That's the only products really that probably can say, you know what, I put my name on it. But at the end of the day, that's not what we do. We do financial services. We are financial distribution. We distribute financial products to the consumers out there. Pretty much what we do, we take Wall Street to Main Street. That's the beautiful part of this business. When you come in here to work in our great organization, to our great company, usually is what I tell people. Let's say I'm going to use the perfect example, Wozmita. Let's say like I can take Parmaker out, I just replace it with Wozmita right there. Okay? Now, this is your little financial shop, Wozmita. Now you have all those companies on your platform. How much did you pay to get those companies on your platform? Okay? How much do you pay them to be in there? How much research that you do have to do for them to come in to even allow you to put their products into the shelves? You see, when you be part of Prime Maker and then you leave this logo here and you put your name here, whatever name you want to come, MMC, I put it right there, MMC, and then a Prime Maker right there. So this is my franchise. So imagine you put this company into your platform and you have all those other company inside of it that's coming in here and you don't have to search for it. And you do all of this for under $100, and all those products you have access to them, and you're telling me you're not interested. What you're not interested of? Huh? Is it the fact that the business is too great? Is it the fact that the way we make money? Is it the fact that they give you a chance to come in and like it's too cheap? If they ask you for like $1 million, you would say, oh, great, I'll do it. If you was a McDonald's right now, you'd not be able to even afford to even go buy that franchise. But now, for under $74, you can work from home, build this business, you say not interested. Man, people need to wake up, okay? So if you have no money, we teach you how to save money. If you have some asset, we teach you how to protect that asset. How beautiful would that be? You have this in your platform. And sooner or later, you're going to have financing into your little shop, okay? Where you can finance people, maybe houses. Maybe you can finance their car. Maybe you can give them whatever, get them out of debt faster. You can consolidate their debt for them, and you partner with the biggest company, Quicken Loans. That's a big deal. So people need to understand when they come here for $74 to put this as a small package for you to see it. You buying all those company for $74, whatever products they offer in our platform, you buy them for $74 where you don't have to go to a bunch of chaos or S or whatever you want to say to get their products into your shelf. That's the power of this. Okay? This is not just a life insurance company. There's more to that. Okay? Now, next. Ask yourself those 3 questions. Well, as you can see, is there a need for what we do? Think about it, people. People right now fortunate at home. They got no money, no jobs. Now, if the company is still open for business, instead of we close, we say, hey, let's move to online platform. Let's go digital now. Let's go online. People can work from home and give everybody a chance. And they find a company, you can use Zoom, and you can do everything. And you can see, is there a need for what we do still? While all those people dying? While people financially struggling? So you can see there is a need for what we do. Now, are this financial concept helpful for you? Don't you take people? Even you that's in this platform. If you use those concepts, see, one of the worst mistakes that also people in Parmaker come in here, they do, is just like after you learn so much of this, and you're going to see the next speaker going to tell you about the rule of 70, all those other great stuff, and then you sit there and you don't apply the rule. You don't take the information, you just take the information, you just hear it. It just comes from one ear, pass to the next one. You don't even implement those concepts for yourself. You need to understand those concepts can help you be better. With people, without people, you can start using those for your own basket. You can put them inside your house. Now, can you imagine if you can introduce this concept to your family, to your friends, to your leaders? Can you imagine what this could be? That's mind-boggling. Everyone could say, you know what, they may not be ready right now, but eventually, if they know what you do, they will call you. When they need to invest that $600 a month, they'll call you. They will know who to call. When they fire from that 401k job, they will know who to call. When they need that life insurance product, they will know who to call. If they need to put security into their home, they will know who to call. They need to do their will, they will know who to call. They need a lawyer, they will know who to call. But if you don't put yourself out there to tell people what you do, they don't know. That's why they go to those other companies, and those other companies take advantage of them. Now you let your people that you could have in your business, somebody else recruited them into their organization. That's why you need to understand The concept is so powerful. Now, this is our mission. This your family to earn more income, become properly protected, debt-free, and financially independent. So this is what we teach people. How can you make more money? Okay? How you get out of debt, become debt-free, become financially independent. You see, there's two different things. Some people are in debt because they choose to. Okay? Now, being in debt doesn't mean it's always a bad idea. It's depending how you see it. If you're in debt, you're not making money. Because let's say if you go about $10,000 and then you're making like income, and you can use that money to pay the debt back, hey, to me, that's business. Okay? That's why all those companies, that's called business. Okay? But when you go using bad debt like a credit card debt or some other debt like a car payment at the minute you drive it from the lot, and then that things is just the value is not even there anymore. That's what we're talking about. And this is the reason that we teach people, hey, what if no other company will teach you how to become financially independent? Nobody will teach you those financial concepts. See, traditionally, when we go to school, it's great. When we go out there, do some stuff, that's wonderful. But at the end of the day, you need financial education. People struggling because of financial education that they don't have. And that's why they need us more than ever. And they don't see nothing. It's just now. I was looking at the presentation the other day, man, what they project for the next 10 years, guys. It's the time to start grabbing this thing right now. It's the time to making no mistake about it. It's the time right now to make a decision to go for something in your life, to go build something for you, where you can make your own decision, where you can, at the end of the day, leave it for your family, for your grandkids, build something for them. Because now, money is not everything. But when you have it, it does give you a lot of choices. It does give you a lot of options. But if I was you, make a decision to do something great for your life, okay? So now, that's it for me, guys, for tonight. I'll come back at the end of this. Now, we're going to have our next speaker coming tonight, okay? He's a regional, soon-to-be regional vice president, and he's fully licensed, okay? He joined the business back in 2015, and he will tell you this story. You never know. Maybe he joined Pameka before, too, like me. Hey, let me tell you, if it is the first time you join Pameka, probably you might have to think again, okay? You might have to, let's see what you can do here. So at the end of the day, he joined, and both of them, you can see it's partnership. You can see the picture. They're nice, man. They just ready to take this to the next level. They'll be the next person that's going to teach you some great concept, and then stay tuned and then stay focused. And if you do have questions after they're done, hey, we'll be more than happy to address those questions for you guys. So now, help me please welcome our, let's see if I can get this mic to make sure you get ready here, because, hey, sometime I got to do this. Okay, so let's see if we can welcome our future regional vice president and fully licensed, and they killing it this month, okay? So far, hey, I believe they were leading the base shop. We're going to see. We're going to find out, okay? We're going to find out in a minute who's leading the base shop, okay? So they the one that probably right now killing right now into the team. Because right now the next goal is to become at least regional leader. So they're working on it this month to get this, nail it down. So as you can see, guys, I'm very excited, and as always, and I'm glad to be your teammates. And let's see if we can welcome our newest person here that's gonna get this thing to the next level. Let's see if I can get the music to play for him. All right, so let's put our head to. Now, before I get Duvens to come in, guys, I want everybody to turn your camera on, because this is unacceptable. Like my son said, this is unacceptable, guys. Turn your camera in right quick. I want everybody to do like this to welcome Duvens while they come into the platform. So turn your camera on. Everybody go ahead. Turn your camera if you do have a camera, because some people probably don't have a camera. Okay? So if you have a camera, please turn that on for me right quick, so we can see before we welcome them to the platform. All right, I can see Matilda, I can see Claudia, I can see with Mita. Welcome. Let's see Elson. I don't see Elson. Elson is hiding. Earlier I did see Elson, but you see, right now I know what happened. Tasha, I did see Tasha earlier, and let's see now. I see Tasha now. Okay. Welcome. All right, so let's see if we can get now Wolando. Oh, I see what Wolando was doing. Oh, Wolando, he went to do his hair. Okay, all right, great. All right, so let's welcome our next speaker, guys. Let's put our hands together for future regional vice president Duvens.
Moving your window, dancing a lingo. Yeah, you got me dancing a lingo. The way that you moving your window, dancing a lingo.
All right, thank you guys for the warm welcome. Thank you, RVP Ernest, for giving us the opportunity to speak tonight. to continue with the presentation and hopefully teach our teammates the way to present and, some new information of how for them to get their business moving. Like RVP Ernest said before, my name is Duvens Mertil. This is my wife and my partner, Shirley Mertil. We've been in the business since 2015, unofficially, but we actually joined Primerica before in 2009. The reason that's important is that a lot of people that do find success in Primerica, it was not their first time of joining. Like anything that we do, we don't understand what we have at our hands the first time. The first time I joined Primerica, I only went to the one meeting that I joined in. And after that, I believe I met my trainer once more again. And I think he will set up an appointment for me to start training. Then I couldn't make the appointment. From that day on, he didn't really call me no more, and I never heard from him. I look, he was kind of happy because I'm a shy person. I'm an introvert at heart. So I was like, well, I don't have to talk to nobody. So, hey, it was just $99, so who cares? So I kind of laid back. But then in 2015 again, while working at Walmart, it was around 2 o'clock in the morning, RVP Ernest was coming from Orlando. I believe he had an event in Orlando, or he had an appointment in Orlando. He came and talked to my aisle. It was the bacon aisle at Walmart in St. Lucie West. And we was at the end of the aisle. I was, stacking my lait carnation. Mm-hmm. And I remember it vividly. I was stacking my lait carnation, and he started talking to me. His brother had an appointment with me prior to that, probably like a few months before. I sat down with his older brother, which put him into the business. I told him I would get back to him, which I had all intentions to get back to him, but he never called me back. So it kind of just, went in the back of my head. So he got my phone number. A few days later, he called me, sat down. I gave my little objections like everybody else. And my father kind of encouraged me to join, so I joined. And I went ghost till probably late 2016, 2017 again. Then that's when I started to really at that point, I was a married man. I had house, I had my own rent and things that now depended on me. I guess it kind of made more sense to me now why people needed the products that we had. Because now I had a wife, if something happened that I wanted to leave her better off. Or if something would happen to her, I wanted to make sure that, I was still able to live, even though we would be grieving, but we would able to have a lifestyle that, that we created. So that's when it made sense to me. And I said, you know what? Let me give this thing a try. So I'm a person that like to kind of learn on my own. So RVP went, and I think RVP went some training with me. But after that, I started going online and try to learn the business on my own. And that's how I learned how to present. That's how I learned kind of how to, speak. And I, did a little other side research and kind of get myself to the point that I am now. I'm not perfect. I'm still nervous. I'm still a shy person. But if I want something different, I have to put myself out there and, do something that is different. So that's what we are in the business. So tonight I will be sharing with you guys a few concepts of what Primerica teaches people and the things that we do that is different from other companies, and the concept that how we put those concepts together to actually help people. So RVP Ernest at the beginning showed you the business opportunity, what we do, why we do it, how we what we do, and how you as an agent could come in, and the reason people get into business for themselves. So I will kind of share with you the concept and how those concepts actually work. I don't know, RVP Ernest, did you give me control yet? Okay. Let me see if I can move forward. All right. So the first rule that I will change, I'm not really going to ask too many questions. So if you have questions, keep them for the end of the video so that we could try to go as fast as possible so that we're not, spending too much time. And plus we're online, it's going to be kind of hard to answer questions. The first rule that Primerica teaches when we sit with a client is the rule of 72. The rule of 72 is also known as the banker rule. The crazy thing about this rule is that this rule is used every day by the banks, insurance companies, and all these different credit card companies that's lending us money to buy houses, cars, and all these different things that we do, but we never actually learn this rule. It is used so much by the financial industry that the nickname of the rule is called the rule of the banker's rule, because the bank uses this every single day. That's why the bank can loan you money, and depending on the interest rate, they will tell you, you have your car loan for 72 months or, 62 months. or whatever it may be, or your mortgage will be for 30 years. And before the mortgage even finished, they have something in the back of the mortgage papers, I forget what they call it, that lays out every payment and how much you will actually spend for the mortgage at the end of it, because they already did their homework. The crazy thing is we don't do our homework, right? So what the rule of 72 states is that if you divide the rate of interest that you're given into 72, it will give you the approximate number of years it would take for your money to double. So when the bank lends you money, the goal of the bank is to find out when will their money double. So you will see if you buy a house, how long it will be to double. The same way the bank knows when they let you borrow that $20,000 for that car, they know if you keep it for a certain amount of times, you won't pay them $20,000, but you might end up paying $30,000 for that car, right? So an example that we use is if you have a calculator in front of you, I mean, you could kind of go into your phone if you're not using it for the video purpose, and plug those numbers in yourself so that it will become real in front of you, and then you will see it's not just us saying it, but actual real math involved in it. So if you divide the number 72 and you divide the interest rate 3 into 72, what you would get is 24. So that tells you every 24 years, if you were to deposit $10,000 into a bank account, which you would be, I don't know what bank account is giving out 2%, 3% nowadays, but if you were to get 3% from that account, it would take you 24 years for that money to double. So in 48 years, you'll know money to double. So think about it right now. If you're 20 years old and you put $10,000 into a bank account, it would take you by the time you're 68 for you to have $40,000. That's a long dang on time to wait for, $40,000. And by that time, $40,000 would probably can't even, buy you a used car. So if you take the same number and you see you divide that, money is no longer doubling every 24 years, but now doubling every 12 years. So you see at 12 years, you have 20,000. At 24 years, you have 40, so on and so forth. So at 48 years, you would have 160,000. Now that means if you at 20 again, it would take you 48 years. So when you're around 68 years old, you would have $160,000. My question is, can you retire with 166? Because the thing I want you to think about now is that if in today's money you can't retire with 160,000, can you imagine 48 years from now if you can retire with $160,000? So what the rule of 72 is basically teaching you is that if you have money in your hand that you want to put away, seek where they're giving you the highest interest rate, especially when you put in your money away for a long time. And that's what we do here at Primerica. We seek the highest interest rate for our client because our client bring their money and their money is important to them. And we want to make sure that their money work and their money bring value back to them. So if you were to put that money at 12%, which I'm sure we'll probably get all day, that money will now doubles every 6 years. So in 48 years, you could potentially have $2.5 million. So if you're 20 now, you put $10,000 away and you forget that it's there at 12% interest rate, when you're 68, you will have $2.5 million. Now ask yourself, can you retire with $2.5 million? And is $2.5 million worth waiting for 48 years? In my mind, it is. And think about it. Even if you have a young child that's just born, you put $10,000 away. When they turn 48, they can say, dang, my mom and dad left me with $2.5 million. So that's what the rule of 72 does for you. It kind of teaches you a way for you to look at your money and get what your money is worth. Because the thing what happened is, if you put your money at $10,000, the bank get $2.5 million. They give you 40, they keep 2.5, 20. If you put it at 6%, they make 2.5. They give you 160, they keep 2.4 million. So the choice is yours. Do you want the bank to eat up all your money, or do you want to be the one that use up all your money? So the question now being, if you don't know the rules of a game, do you think it's possible to win that game? And who do you think that would benefit from those rules. So as we go out through the presentation, the question that I ask, kind of keep those questions in mind as we go out throughout the presentation to see how they personally apply to you and how they apply to your family. And something as important as this, shouldn't we have learned this in school? Because one of the things that I know that is important in the school system in the United States is, you know, math and algebra, right? I've been out of college for probably about 2 years now. I haven't used algebra since I left, but they would not let me go on to finish my degree if I didn't take algebra. I've used money, even though we quarantine, we all still using money. Our job's not paying us because a lot of us not working, but we still have to use money because the mortgage has to be paid. All these things has to be paid, and a lot of us are still paying credit cards, but we don't even know the rules that applies to those cards that we're using. We don't understand the rules that applies to the houses and all these things that we're using. We don't know the rules. So the question now, should the school not only teach us algebra, but should they not have taught us the rule of 72? For us to know how the money that they teach us to make, how do we actually benefit from that money? So without introducing this rule to your family and friends, do you think they would never know it? Because I'm sure probably most of us here, including myself, the first time we heard of the rule of 72 is in Primerica. And if we heard it in school, they probably went over it so brief, we probably don't even know that we heard it. So now that I taught you the rule of 72, so we're going to talk a little bit about how do we actually put that rule into real practice. Because I give you, $10,000, most of us will say, hey, Duvens, I don't have $10,000 to put away. So where am I going to find 10,000? It would be nice to get, $2.5 million in 48 years, but where will I find $10,000? Because most of us realistically don't have that money sitting away, right? So what we do when we come to Primerica, we consider ourselves to be doctors in the financial industry, because unlike other companies, we're not just throwing products at our clients. We don't just come and give you what we feel that you need, but we actually analyze your financial situation to see what you actually need. Because you wouldn't go to a doctor that just said, hey, Philip, you came today, I don't know what's wrong with you, but take, these pills for, a stomach ache. And Philip will be looking like, I don't have a stomach ache, right? But I guess you're the doctor. I should just take these, stomach pills, right? So the thing is, it's important the doctor always, when you sit with a doctor, they have a consultation that they do, right? They sit down with you, they talk with you, they ask you information. And sometimes it's even required for them to, send you to a specialist. If not a specialist, they will send you somewhere to get blood tests done so that they can understand more what your situation is, what your body is. So us as financial doctors, what we do is we do what we call a financial need analysis for our clients. We just call an FNA for short, right? So when you do the FNA, so let's, for example, we sit with this couple that's named John and Mary. They each age 35, just to make things simple. So we find out they had life insurance prior, and through this life insurance, John and Mary each had about $100,000 of coverage. In total, they had $200,000 in coverage, where they were paying $225 a month for that coverage. And the coverage had something that's called a cash value attached to it. The cash value is a money that the company put aside to save for you. And they promised them at 65 that they would get $76,000, if they lived to that age. So what we did when we came with Primerica, we sat down. Instead of just giving them $100,000 on each, because we don't know if that's what they need. They might need 50. And sometimes we sit with clients that we do the FNA, we find out they don't need life insurance. That's why we're not just life insurance agent. We are financial coaches and financial experts. Because we will sit down with clients. We'll say, well, you don't need life insurance because you're already good. Maybe you need an annuity at this stage of your life. So we have all these different things and tools to help our client have a better financial future. So what we did for that client after the analysis tell us that John and Mary each need about $250,000 of coverage, and they only needed that coverage for about 30 years, right? So basically almost the same as what they had over there, because at 65, they were telling them to get $76,000 out of the policy, right? So what we did is we gave them that 30-year level term policy, over $500,000 of coverage under both of them, and we gave them that for $80 a month. And we were able to take that $80 a month and put it aside. We was able to take that $80 out of the $225, and we saved them $145 that they were putting away in that insurance that didn't really know what was happening to that policy, right? So we went to the next stage of their financial planning, and we sat down, started talking about their retirement, right? So before Primerica, John and Mary had $20,000 in the IRA at a bank, which we've shown before that the bank doesn't really want to give you the money that you're worth. And they were getting they were putting around $105 a month to that, and the bank was giving them around 1%, right? So the bank also told them at 65, they would accumulate $79,000 into that IRA that they bank. So we analyzed them. We said, well, John and Mary, how much more can we give you, or how much do you actually probably need when you retire? So what we did is we took that $20,000 that they had into that bank IRA, we rolled that over into a mutual fund, and increased their monthly contribution to $250. You're probably thinking, wait, Duvens, you're making them spend more money. But this is where the math kind of makes sense, right? So we took that $105 that they were already contributing to that bank IRA, we added onto that $145 that we saved them from their insurance, and we took that money, we increased it and contribute that into their mutual fund. So if we was able to get them about 6% return on their money, which goes back into that rule of 72 we spoke about earlier, at 65, they would have $372,000. If we were able to get 9% at 65, they would have $750,000 sitting into that IRA that they could potentially use to do whatever. Now, the question now being that you need to ask yourself is, do you want to now have $79,000 or $750,000? Because me, I can't retire on $79,000. Just, that doesn't make sense, right? So the question now being, if you wanted to say, hey, this is something I potentially want to go out and help people and, teach people in my community and my family. So ask yourself this, since you probably already have an answer. If you go and sit down with people, you show them example A to example B. If you show that to 10 people, family or friends, how many of those 10 people do you think would choose example B? So we talked about, how we help people. So this is how we get paid in Primerica as agents, right? Because it's nice to help people. I'm one of those people that helping other people is just something that I love to do. I will drive to Miami for someone somebody that's close to me that you're a friend. You can call me at any time and I'm there to help you. But if I keep doing that, I got to make money. I got a house. I got a wife. I got to take care of my own too, right? So it makes sense that when you helping people, that you also helping yourself. And the company is selfless about helping agents to grow themselves and actually help them. So how does this benefit you as the agent that's driving, putting gas, learning all these different concepts and, spending time away from your family to learn all these things? How does the company value you as that agent, right? So let's say you start with the lowest level of our company, which is the district leader position, where you're making around if you go out and you help one person as a district leader, the company will send you a check for about $442. Now, the question being now, if every time you sit down with a person, and right now, as most of our agents will tell you, that we've been doing this without even leaving our house. You might, for the guys, you don't even need to wear pants. Just make the top look good, because you can't see the bottom right now, right? So you at your house, you just dress, appropriately, and go to a different room, stay away from the noise, where you can spend within an hour or 2 hours and potentially make $400 helping a family protect themselves. So how many families would you want to help if every time you went in front of your computer and you help someone, they will send you a check for $400? Now, this is where it gets a little sweeter, right? As the guy that you see on top of the screen, he said, he spent the time, he built himself up, he built the team of these people that you see down here in the presentation, and he trained them. He made sure they know what they're doing, they understand the products, and they understand how to actually help people. Every time that me or any of these agents on this, live go and we help someone else, he cuts a check for $530. Now imagine that you're that guy. And every time you go out and you help someone, even if you're there or not, the company sends you a check for $530. Now, how many of Duvens would you want on your team? How many Philip do you want on your team? How many Rolando would you want on your team? So that you can sit home while you're quarantined, you're not going to see no one, but you built a business that is paying you every day without you even have to get up and do anything. So I've showed you all the great things that we do, but you're probably asking yourself or giving yourself reasons, why you shouldn't do this. So I'm going to help you out a little bit, right? And I'll just, give you some reasons why people don't. So as we go through the different reasons, think for yourself and see if that's one fit for you. And then at the end, you can tell me, hey, this is the reason why I don't want to join the business. Because what I don't want you to do is give excuses. But if you can give me real legitimate reasons why you don't want to join our business, then we can talk on an honest platform, right? Because we all want to be honest. The first reason people don't join Primerica is, they don't have the time. And we understand. You have kids, you have all these different things, so you don't have the time. Some people also say, they don't have the money. Other people say they lack confidence or belief. Other people, they too prideful. I'm not gonna go sit at someone's house, but they'll do other things. Some people just have fear. And the other one is they have no ambition, desire, or, they don't want to do anything better with their life. They just want to be cool, right? So my thing is, I'll go back again and explain a little bit. If you don't have no time, we do understand, but I have 24 hours, you have 24 hours, Bill Gates have 24 hours, right? Bill Gates have a certain amount that he get paid within his 24 hours. I have a certain amount I get paid within my 24 hours. My question to you is, are you happy with the amount that you get paid within your 24 hours? And if you don't happy with that, the amount that you get paid within your 24 hours, what are you willing to do about it? Because we all have 24, and saying you don't have time is not going to give you 36 hours in your day. So how do you structure your life so that you can make time to change your own life? If you don't have money, I completely understand. But if I also told you that I was selling a 2020 BMW for $1,500, and it was a legit deal, and it was a 2020 BMW, I'm sure you would find that $1,500. All we asking is for $124 to invest back into yourself. If you don't feel that your life and your future is worth $124, then I guess I see more value in you than you see for yourself, right? And lack of confidence is something that could be worked. Because like I said, I'm a shy person. I'm a crazy, crazy introvert. Like my brother was reminding me the other day, my older brother. He told me when people used to come to my house in Haiti, I used to run under the bed as a young kid. And I'm still terrified to meet new people. But I do also understand that being shy and having no belief in myself has not made me the amount of money or created the lifestyle that I wanted for myself. So I'm willing to change that. And some people just have too much pride. We could talk on that too. What is your pride doing for you? If you're too prideful to go sit at someone's house and potentially make, $4, $6, $7, $1,000 to $1,500 within 2 hours, why are you not too prideful to go to a guy's house, to a guy's business and clock in for him to pay you $8 an hour or $10 an hour? So maybe your pride is misplaced, right? So another thing is fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. You talking to someone won't kill you. So if I said speak to 1,000 people for a year straight, at the end of the year, I will give you $1 million. Wouldn't you do it? This is the opportunity that Primerica is offering us. Speak to as many people as you want. And you don't even have to wait a year. They'll start giving you money little by little. So we said we teach people about money, so we'll teach you what we bring to the table in Primerica, right? So most people don't really understand the way that they make money. Most people think that the only way to make money is to find a job, right? So that's why the person will get fired at a job, because that's the only option and that's the only way they know how to make money. they'll go find another job. What they do is they give somebody else control over their life, go give somebody control over their kids' life and the time they can spend with their family. But the best thing that everyone, as soon as you turn 18 and you can work, or even before that, once you start understanding that you need money, the first thing that people should start doing is finding a source of recurring income. Because we all want freedom. We all want to be, we all say I hear a lot of people, including myself, said, man, I miss when I was a kid. Because I didn't have to worry about money. I didn't have to worry about nothing. I ate. I don't know how I ate. I had a house. I had all these things that I used. They just happened, but somebody was making them happen, right? My parents was making them happen. But at that time, I really didn't care. I didn't understand, right? So the first thing that I believe now that people should start doing as soon as they start understanding life is looking for a source of recurring income. So here I will teach you the two primary sources of recurring income, right? So the first one is having money working for you. And that's the same thing that RVP Ernest spoke about earlier, right? So that's when you have money invested and then that money is working for you and you don't physically have to be there for the money to make money. The second one is having a business working for you. That's the system that RVP Ernest spoke about earlier, where you have other people that you train that are working, such as McDonald's and Walmart. Right now, Walmart is crazy busy. You never see Sam Walton. He doesn't have to get exposed to people with the coronavirus. You don't see none of his kids getting exposed at Walmart, but I bet you they're still making money, right? Because they created a system that even if they're there or not, that system can still operate, and then they will get what we call recurring income. So that's the two sources of income everyone should start fighting to get. The great thing about Primerica is we first give you an opportunity to build yourself a business, which is your first source of recurring income, right? So you start to build your business, and as you're building your business, you're starting to make money. Well, guess what? At Primerica, we are also financial coaches, and we have tools and things that we can bring to our clients to make them clients money. Those things are not, limited to the client's use only. As agents and as representative, we can use them too, right? So all these agents here, if you have a license, a life license, you can get life insurance on yourself. You have an investment license, you can get investment for yourself. You can create your own investment. Get what we call dividend and let your money grow, and then still get paid on your own money that's just growing for you, right? So Primerica give you the two sources of recurring income. Not only that we teach you about them, we give you an opportunity for you to create them for yourself. So the question now being is, since now you hear about the word the term recurring income, some of you probably heard of it before, but some of you is probably the first time that you actually hearing those words. How do you think the average American is doing at creating a source of recurring income? And then you can answer that for yourself. And then, do you want the lifestyle that you see that the average American have? You can also answer that for yourself. And if you answer no, you don't want that lifestyle, I highly recommend that tonight you make a choice to start building you the first source of recurring income, which is building your business so that you can have some money so that you could create the second source of recurring income, right? So the question now being is, why do you think that those people don't have that? I'll kind of let you answer that to yourself. I know why they don't. And if you don't have a source of recurring income, I'm sure you probably know why they don't also, right? So now it's time for you to make a decision, right? So most of us know how our life been for the past 5 years. The question being, if you don't make a change today, how do you see the next 5 years of your life being? So right now we're in 2020. From 2015 to 2020, there was a way that you lived. There was a lifestyle that you lived. There was a way that you paid your bill, right? Probably like most Americans, stressing to pay it. There was a way that, we spoke to our wives and, husbands about money, right? I don't have it. The question now being, if you made the same decisions, such as find another job, stay at the same place that you at, stay at the same job that you at, how do you think the next 5 years are going to be? So how do you see yourself in 2025? If you like the way that you see yourself in 2025 in your lifestyle, I would highly encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. But if you don't like it, you might want to change it. RVP Ernest always say this, and that's one of the things that I pick up from him, and I always say this to other people too when I talk. In life, there are really two sources of pain at the end of our lives. There's two sources of pain, and whether we make choices or whether we stay neutral. Staying neutral is a choice. You're making a choice without making a choice. So a lot of you will say, well, I won't say no, I won't say yes, I'll say maybe. You made a choice. And that choice has a heavy consequence. In life, there are two choices, right? It's either you're gonna have experience the pain of you changing, or you experience the pain of regretting from changing. I start gym member. I want to use myself because I don't want to use nobody else. I start gym memberships before, right? Though I did the Planet Fitness thing. They took a whole bunch of money from me, and I still look the same. So, and I've seen my cousin, my younger cousin that started, he kept going and he looked big. I'm like, dang, I wish I looked like that dude. So I've experienced that pain of regret because I didn't want to go to the gym when it was uncomfortable because I was like, I'd rather just stay home. I'm not going tonight. And from not going tonight, it came, I'm not going this month. From not going this month, it comes, I'm not going this year. So they give them a whole year worth of money. I never went. And guess what? I experienced the pain of regret because I didn't want to experience the pain of change, of being uncomfortable, of being sore. But because of all these things, I'm still flabbing instead of being muscular like how I want it to be. So it goes to school also. You can choose to do your homework and study while your friend's doing it, or you can choose to party. But when your friend graduated with that degree that you wanted, you'd be like, dang, I wish I went and did what my friends did too, because now I would have the same position. And one of the things that people usually do at the end of their life is regret the things that they didn't do. Said, if I had more time, I would have done this. If I had more time, I would have conquered the world. If I had more time, I would have started that business. If I had more time, I would spend with my children. But the thing is, our time on the earth is finite, and we never know when we're gonna go, right? So if we at Primerica were to offer you an opportunity tonight for you to come and work with us, can you think of any, not excuses, any logical reasons of why you wouldn't want to start with us? So if you can't think of any logical reason, the next step is, since we online right now, and I'm not sure if we have any guests, is to call the person that invited you and possibly get on a private chat room with them on Zoom and submit your IBA. And that person will save you $50. You only have to pay $79. So tonight you only pay $79. And start the licensing process online. And that person will start training you without leaving the comfort of your own home, through the same system, and start training you to sprint you to district, so that every time you help one person, that your money is worth around $400. I mean, I'm glad that, a few months ago I left that. So I don't get that 400 no more. So please, if you don't like the last 5 years, take the initiative to change the next 5 years. All right, I thank you, RVP Ernest, for giving me an opportunity to speak. And I'm sure everybody stay within the live so that we could continue, and then I'll pass the mic back to RVP Ernest. And thank you again for giving us the opportunity to speak.
La vie nous compliquée, parce que nous sommes côté. Bagay met pas passer, presque la gen tan gaye. Mais dis li pas normal, oh, mais dis li pas normal.
Wow, that was awesome. That was awesome. Give him a hand. That was awesome. That was awesome. Hey, listen, man, Duvens, you did a phenomenal job. You and Charlene, man, it was nice seeing you, Charlene. I could not see you because of the quarantine. So, but it was nice to see you guys on the camera. That was not bad, even though you didn't say anything to us, but we can see you. Uh, your face is nice and shiny. That was awesome. And you guys a perfect example, man. I loved it. You see? Oh man, this is more like right there. You know what I'm saying? See, you guys are the perfect couples. You see? From this organization, you guys are leading by example as a partnership, man. I'm so proud of you guys, and I'm meant to tell you guys this, man. Both of you guys licensed, and both of you guys can take it to the field. You go sometimes, your Duvens go sometimes, you close sales, Duvens make it happen. Man, I'm telling you, this is a great combination, and you guys are gonna make it to the top. It might take some time, but man, hard work don't kill nobody. You just gotta stay consistent and persistent, and that's how you can make it happen. So, guys, give them a hand one more time. That was awesome and that was powerful. And thank you for sharing all this with us, Duvens. That was awesome, man.